all right? I'm only here to give you an opportunity, man. I told them, I said, dude, it don't make no sense. Tracy admitted to the embezzlement and all that. There shouldn't have been no reason to kill that woman. I don't understand why that would be part of the plan. That's the only reason that made me believe her. But yet, so the only way that could be true is that Brett went off the chain and just did some dumb shit. But with you, not...
You know him better than I do.
Okay. But with you, acting like you weren't even there. Buddy, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go with Brett. Because the motherfucker sat here and cried and told it all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, tell me what it is, buddy. I just want you to tell me. If you don't, I don't mind leaving. Look at me. You don't owe me nothing, man. I don't mind leaving. This is for you, buddy. This is all for you. This is it. If you don't want it, say, fuck it, I don't want it. Because, man, I'm going to be honest, I'm getting sick at my stomach, dude. I see pictures of this woman that was raped. A 58-year-old woman was raped, a grandmother, and killed so people could put money in their pockets. Now, either...
That's not me.
Well, then why you keep denying that you were there? If that's what I don't understand. It don't make no sense. I've already told you. I've given you more information that I wanted to prove to you that I know you were there. I can prove that. Now, this is my thing. Did you answer this question? Did you know that Brett was going to rape her before y'all went there? Yes or no? Yes or no? No, you didn't. And I believe you. What did you think when you saw him messing with her sexually?
I didn't see him mess with anybody.
You didn't? Were you in another room?
I wasn't there.
That's all, buddy. Have a good one, okay? If you decide, whatever, I'm done. All right? You good with that? I just got to feel like I've done everything. Are you good? Are we done here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, buddy.
Hey, baby. Hello? They're trying to make it seem like I was there. They keep talking about they can prove it. But the only thing I see is that the girl that they called some girl named Tracy and Brett was saying I was there. That's all I keep hearing is that they said I was there. That's the thing. I don't know. They said it was I think they said it was like Friday morning. Some Stinsonville Road, something like that. Somethingville Road in Macon. I don't even go to Macon. And now they're trying to make it seem like, well, we're gonna put in our reports that you didn't show any emotion, you didn't show any remorse. Saying that you're just a cold-blooded psychopathic killer and you rape and kill 58-year-old grandmothers and stuff. I was like, y'all can make it seem like that all y'all want. I know that I did not do that. I didn't rape nobody and I don't kill nobody. I look too good to rape people. It's just ridiculous. And they keep telling us, we'll tell you everything, but we don't want to tell you everything because then you can admit to it and then you're going to try to say stuff to cover your ass. And I was like, y'all can tell me everything and I'm not going to admit anything and I'm not going to say anything to cover my ass. Y'all can still give me a polygraph test. And then they're talking about, they're talking about something that you're lying for me and all this other stuff. Like I said, we know we didn't. I told him that, that Brett called me and asked me to do it. But he wasn't giving me everything, so I told him I would give him, I'll give him my answer later. And then he called me back a few days later and asked me to come open an account at the bank. But, like I said, I didn't even do that. I said, I don't have nothing to do with this. And that's exactly what I'm gonna stick to that story. Matter of fact, it's not even a story. I'm gonna stick to the truth. Like I said, me and you both know where I was at, and that's all that matters. So what now? Like I said, that's why we have to. Well, that's why we're gonna have to get a lawyer or something.
Able to even get up and talk to them because right now I just feel sick to my stomach.
I understand, baby. Huh?
I just hate this.
Me too, baby.
I'm trying my best, right?
Like I said, we just gotta stick to the truth, baby.
Well, we are. It's just getting them to believe us to the reason why.
I know. It's gonna take some time. I'm sorry, babe. Shanice,
Yeah.
you know I love you, right? Stay strong for us, babe. Hold it down for us out there. I'm gonna hold it down for me. I'm gonna hold it down for us. Okay.
I tell you what. Hey, ma'am, how are you? Listen to me, sweetheart. I got an investigator about to come pick you up, okay? You say this man was with you. I'm willing to give you an opportunity to give that statement, okay? And if you want to provide a statement saying that your husband was with you, I'll document it for you on his behalf, okay?
Okay.
Okay? All right, so we've got your address, and somebody will be there in about 20 minutes, okay?
What does a statement do, sir?
Okay, I'll explain all that when you get down here. That means you're going to give a statement on your husband's behalf saying that he was with you. Okay? Okay?
Have my husband on this roof.
Say again? Say again?
I'm at my mother's.
Okay, what's your mother's address? Because, ma'am, if your husband was with you, it's only right that you provide a statement on his behalf.
Okay.
Okay, so what's your mother's address?
103.
Huh?
103.
103 what?
Carver Court.
Carver Court?
Yes.
Where's that at?
It's off of House and Lake.
Awesome. Somebody will be there in 20 minutes, okay, baby?
Okay.
All right, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I told you, I may not tell you everything, but I'm going to tell you what I do tell you you can take to the bank. Okay? when her ass gets here, I'm going to let her give me a statement. And as far as I'm concerned, if you can't even be honest about being there, then as far as I'm concerned, you raped and murdered a 58-year-old woman. I'm just being honest with you. Look at me, man. Look, and if she's willing to come down here and lie for you, I'm going to lock her ass up. The second she gives me a statement, I'll tell you what I'll do. Do this one nice thing. I'm not just going to lock her up. When she lies, I'm going to say, ma'am, you lied. When she says, oh, how can you know I lied? Like they always do. How you know I lied? How you know I lied? But just kind of like how you doing, wanting us to tell you what we're doing. I'm going to say, ma'am, this is the video of him on his motorcycle driving into her apartment complex Friday morning. Okay? This is the video of him in her car when they're driving out to drive to that old lady's house right before they killed her. Because right there on the clubhouse by the pool is a camera that catches the cars coming in and out. And I'm going to say, ma'am, how was he with you? Because he's on a motorcycle pulling in at this time. Then he's in this car right here going out. Your ass, and then I'm going to say, that's why you're going to jail for felony false statements. I'm trying to tell you, man, look at me. I don't want to lock your wife up. But when she lies to me, I will. If you make me document the lies she tells me, then I will. But the law, there's no way I can go to my boss and say that I allowed a man that I know was involved in a murder to get his wife down here to lie on his behalf, and I didn't lock her ass up if I could prove she was lying. So, how bad do you want your wife to come give that statement? How bad? Look at me, man. This is me and you keeping it real. I got a wife at home too, and I ain't always done everything right. You understand? But my dirt is my dirt. It ain't my wife's dirt. How bad do you want me to send somebody out there to pick her up? Sir?
Can you give me 10 minutes?
To do what? Let me tell you what. I'm not going to lie to you. Look at me. You're being recorded. Okay, I know you're not stupid. That's why you're real careful about what you say on the phone. Okay? And it's very clear. Anybody who watches this recording is going to see you going, hey, baby, got to stick to our story. Oh, it's not even a story. It's the truth. Hey, baby, this is what I told him. I told him this, this, and this. We just got to stick to that. Hey, baby, after I get done showing the jury lineups that you've been picked out of, how you sat here and told me you was with your wife all day long, and I got you on camera riding into that apartment complex on your motorcycle, going out in car to go, and then as a result of you being with them and going to this woman's house, she ends up brutally raped and murdered. Okay? And then when I ask you to say it, you say, I was with my wife all day. Really? Because Officer Chapman locked up your wife for lying, for felony false statements. And then she was on the news with the other people involved in this murder case. Okay, all I'm telling you is this. Look at me, man. I know this is tough. I don't believe you,
okay,
man.
Give me 10 minutes, all right? That's all I'm asking for is 10 minutes and another cigarette. Okay?
You see it? Listen, there's no need for you getting aggressive with me, buddy. I didn't kill nobody.
I understand that. I completely understand that.
And I don't believe you did either.
Look, I love my wife more than anything. More than myself. But I'm not going to fuck up my wife's life. Just give me 10 minutes. Not even that much.
What are you for? Can you tell me for what? Because, I mean, if you need 10 minutes, that's fine. But let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to give you 10 minutes to call your wife to tell her what to come down here and say.
No, that's not it. Y'all already listening to everything I'm saying.
I understand.
Okay, so it's not like y'all not going to know.
All right.
So can I just please call him?
Yes. Yeah. Listen. Come on. Come on. It's all right, okay? It's okay. It's okay, buddy.
Baby, don't worry about it. I have to be a man and stand up for what I did. They had the cameras of me riding in on the bike and leaving. And I'm pretty sure they got everything else. All right. I have to tell them the truth. Huh? Baby, they can hear our phone calls. All right. They can hear me talking. They can hear what you're saying. Baby, this phone is tapped. It's the police. It's the detective phone. It's the detective's phone. Like they're not going to listen to everything that we're saying. All right. I fucked up because I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be the man in the house. I wanted to try to get us to, you know what I'm saying, get us where we wanted to be. But I went about it the wrong way. And I don't want to mess up your life. I gotta be straight up.
Like, where do you go from here?
Huh?
Like, where do you go from here?
Where do I go or where do we go?
We.
Shanice, if you want to hold it down and still be married to me, then I know that you're down. You know what I'm saying? I know you're there for me no matter what. But if you want to move on with your life, I can understand that too.
What's going to happen?
I don't know what's going to happen, baby. I can tell you now, they're not going to give me a slap on the wrist. I know. I know. I messed up. And I'm sorry that I put you through this.
I'm never sure we don't know. I don't know nothing, so I can't judge anything. Thank you.
So what?
Love you.
I love you too, baby.
Just what they want to do.
No, I want you to hold it down for us. You know what I'm saying? I want to still be your husband. But I understand if that's not possible because of what I did and what I put you through.
I think I got to know.
Yeah, I'll talk to you in a little bit, baby. I love you too. Y'all have a menthol cigarette?
You know what, brother? I'll be honest with you, I sure don't. If I did, I sure would give it to you. I know these are probably
Van
right.
smokes menthols, but he's not even here right
he's
now.
not.
Does nobody here smokes menthol?
Just Van. He'll be back in a minute.
If you want another one, I can give you another and you can break the filter off. How about that?
I need something with menthol.
I'd get it for you, man, but we don't have nobody down here.
All right.
Okay.
Y'all not going to interrupt me, are y'all?
We'll let you talk. After you're done, at some point, I'd like an opportunity to ask you some questions.
All thing I want to tell you is, Keith, is I just need you to start from the extreme very beginning, and then let's go all the way through this thing, okay?
And remember, this is your opportunity to take your side. It's not fair for us to have Tracy's and his side, not yours.
Ready? Go ahead and start, brother.
Brett called me. He said that he had a job for us. I said, what kind of job? He's like, how much? No. He said that we have to sit and watch this lady. He's like, I'll pay you. And, I'll pay you. And after that, I'm leaving the country. And I was like, what is it that you're doing that's so bad that you have to leave the country? So that's pretty much all he told me at that point in time. I can't tell you exactly when he called me. I don't remember. The most I can tell you was that it was probably like a week prior. I finally meet up with Brett. Brett asked me, how much do you want? I said, well, if you're just going to sit there and watch a lady, I want $5,000. That's all we're going to do is just sit there and watch her. He was like, all right, done. But he still wasn't. That's all right.
Sorry.
I was like, all right, I'll do it. And I said, $5,000. And then a couple days went by. I just kept sitting there and I pondered on it. I told him, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this unless you tell me everything that's going on. Like, what is it that's so bad that you have to leave the country? He says, Tracy works for some bank or some shit like that where they transfer money. I was like, okay. He's like, what she's going to do, she's going to pretty much like take money and transfer to different accounts. And I was like, okay, how much are you getting? He's like, well, how much do you think I'm getting? 50,000. Higher. 100,000. Higher. 300,000. Higher. I was like, shit, fuck it, I don't know. He's like, try $1.2 million. And I'm like, okay, if you're talking about doing that, then I want it to be split evenly. Since all of us are playing a part in it.
Fair enough.
So we meet up. You know what I'm saying? He tells me what we're going to do. He's like, there's no way it's gonna fail. If we do exactly what we're supposed to, there's no way. There's no way that it's gonna fail. We're here with you, Kate. Alright. I'm not here. Y'all get to go home to your families.
I know, buddy. I told you this was tough. I knew it, man. I knew you weren't like them, man.
You gotta get it off your chest, buddy. Okay?
I didn't just do this for me.
I know.
That's what we want to hear. We want to understand. And that's why I wanted you to give you the opportunity, buddy, to tell why, you know.
Like I said, it's just so hard to get a job. I don't have the money. We don't have the money to move. I was gonna take the money. I was gonna go to the Philippines. 300-something thousand in the Philippines is like millions.
Right?
I could start over.
That's right. That's right.
I could get my son back.
I know you had reasons. Okay?
I get to Brett's house Thursday night. I stayed there all night. Up all night. Do a break, get some sleep. Leave Friday morning. At first, we couldn't find the house. And then we found it. We didn't know how to get in because they have a driveway. So, parked around the corner from my house. Tracy said she was going to go up there and make sure that she's home. Tell her that she broke down or she was in the neighborhood or some shit to get her letter in the house. Then she was going to text us and let us know when the door was open. We went in. I went down the hallway to make sure nobody else was there. Gave Brett the go ahead. Brett went in there, he grabbed her. And, you know what I'm saying, put a gun to her face. And told her not to say anything, don't scream or nothing. Then Tracy walked out. I've never done this before. Brett knew everything. He got duct tape. Tied her up. She was so scared. She was shaking so bad. I thought she was going to die from a heart attack or a stroke or something. She was like, what do y'all want? No, I don't have much. I'll give you what y'all want. I was behind her. I just kept rubbing her shoulders like, I'm sorry, this had to be you. just kept saying, please don't let him kill me. And I was like, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try. Brett didn't say anything about killing anybody. Nobody said anything about killing anybody.
All right. So she was telling the truth then.
Okay. So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I untied her. Because she was just sitting there and she was shaking. I untied her and I was like, she's not gonna go nowhere. You got a gun. Hell, you already scared her half to death already. I untied her. I knew she was in shock because she was just shaking. She was just staring off in the distance. And I was like, I had got her some water. So here, you know, say just drink the water. You know, say just breathe, try to calm down. You know, saying it'll all be over soon. Like I said, we was waiting for Tracy to transfer all the money out. And so I'm walking back and forth, you know, saying from the windows, making sure nobody comes. And Brett comes to me. He's like, bro, don't come in the room. And I was like, why? He's like, just don't come in the room. Just give me like 5 minutes. I was like, okay. And then about 5, maybe 10 minutes go by. He comes back out. He's like, all right, it's cool. And I see her coming out the bathroom and she's shaking worse than when we got there. And I was like, are you all right? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And she's just drinking her water. And I was like, what happened? She's like, nothing. And so Brett would get a phone call. And you know what I'm saying, he'll turn on the water in the bathroom and then he'll go into the other room and he'll talk. And then you know, I'll watch her and then I'll walk back there. I'm like, what's going on? And he's talking to someone. He's like, I might have to kill her. And I'm like, kill who? For what? And he's like, bro, I made her suck my dick. And I was like, why would you do something that stupid? I'm like, I'm like, either way it goes, we're fucked. Because if we leave, and she calls the police, and she tells them what you did, they're going to pump her stomach, and they're going to connect it back to you. Because he said he busted her mouth and he made her swallow. I was like, it's going to come back to you. He's like, well, we got to kill her. I was like, shit, even if you kill her, they still going to find it. He's talking about, he's like, no, I talked to my mom, and, you know what I'm saying, she said the stomach acids are going to eat it all up, and I was like, that shit don't sound right. One thing, like, you know, after you die, everything stops working. So, first, like, was like, you think we should let her go? And I was like, hell, check her license. If she says anything, or if you even think that she says anything, you're probably gonna come back and kill her anyway. I was like, and then he went in there. He's like, can we trust you not to say anything after we leave? She's like, no, I'm not gonna say anything. I'll sit here however long you want me to, and I won't move. Threatened to kill her grandchildren. Then we went in the other room. He was like, bro, I don't believe him. I'm gonna kill him. And I was like, he's like, you down with me? I was like, I can't have nobody's blood on my hands. I was like, I can't do that. He was like, oh, all right then. He's like, I'm not gonna make you do it. He's like, you've been with me this long, so. So he's like, just stand and watch. Left out the room. And 10 minutes go by. And then I hear a bunch of wrestling around. And I could hear her screaming. You promise? You promise? You promise? About 5 minutes go by. He comes running out the room. He's rummaging through the kitchen. I look in the room, and she's snoring, like she's been knocked out. And I was like, what'd you do to her? She's like, I tried to suffocate her, but it seems like she just, like she's asleep. And he comes back with a trash bag. I couldn't watch it. About another 5 minutes go by. She just laid out on the bed. He goes in the bathroom, he's looking for something. He goes in the kitchen. And he starts spraying Clorox everywhere. called somebody. He's like, the bitch is dead. And it's probably like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, how the fuck are we gonna get out of here? Cause I'm not trying to be here all day with a dead lady in the back room. So he's like, we have to drive her car. I was like, I'm not driving the car. I was like, we probably in an all-white neighborhood. These people know her. What would it look like a black person in her car? So he gets in the car. And he's like, he's looking for the garage clicker. The garage clicker doesn't work, so I open the garage door. He pulls out. I close the garage door and I go out the front door. He picks me up and drive off. And then he parks the car at some church off of Houston Road. Then he tosses the keys. And then I'm thinking that, they got all the money, I'm saying, they're going, give me my split, and then they're going to leave, and then I'm going to try to make some things happen so I can leave. But his sister ends up getting pulled over coming back from Atlanta. So she's not able to make it back in time for the banks. And so I meet back up with Brett later on that night. And me, him, Tracy go in the bathroom and we all talk. And I never knew what his sister looked like. He told me he had one, but I didn't never see her. I didn't know what she looked like. And then we talk about, about going to the bank Saturday morning. Saturday morning. So I know banks are open, they close early. And I went back over to Brett's house Saturday morning. He tells me that his sister is gone. All her stuff is gone, her passport is gone. So he said it was like 800 something thousand, like $850,000. And they had like 250,000 left or something like that. And that was the money that was put into Brett's account, I think. And he wasn't going to be able to withdraw it until Tuesday when the bank's open. So all day Saturday, he went to BB&T and Bank of America and opened accounts so the money could be put into. That way he can pull it out. He never got a chance to. Brett was supposed to go withdraw the money out Tuesday. While Tracy was at work. And they was doing something with the rounding numbers or account numbers. And he was supposed to withdraw the money Tuesday. But then he calls me and he tells me to meet up with him at Steak and Shake. And then he tells me that we talk for a second. And then I leave so I can go. I leave, you know what I'm saying, to switch, you know what I'm saying, because I had somebody else, you know what I'm saying, drop me off there. And then so he's like, no, we need to get a car so that, you know, we can go withdraw the money. And so I got picked back up and I was finna go get my car. But then he calls me and tells me that he's on the way to the Macon Police Department to answer some questions or something like that. And that was the last I heard of him.
That's everything.
That's everything.
But I just want to tell you, I know that was hard. Okay, and you told us a lot of what we already knew. You were able to answer questions for us. None of us wanted to look at you like you were the kind of person that went over there with the intent of killing some innocent woman. But let me tell you, if you would have left it like it was,
It looked that way.
how bad would that have looked? You see what I'm saying? I came in here because I wanted you to know how this was your opportunity to tell it, and now you told it. Don't feel like, what I want you to understand is I was very truthful when I told you we could prove you were there. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want you to carry the weight of the shoulders of what people were going to think that you did, that you may not have been a part of. You understand? And what I mean by that was that it wasn't your intentions when you got there. Okay? I appreciate your honesty. Alright? But you do understand you made some pretty serious statements there. You know what I'm saying?
Ask you a question, Keith. Keith. Just want to ask you a question. Okay, I'm sorry, buddy. Trust me, if I could, I would.
I didn't kill her.
I know
I
you
didn't rape her.
Keith,
I swear I did.
Keith, I know you didn't, buddy. I know you didn't. Trust, look at me. If I've never believed anyone, looking at your eyes right now, I believe you, okay? I believe you. And we don't say that very often in this room, do we? But I think that with the both of us sitting here, as many interviews as we've done, I think that both of those can
I
agree.
feel pretty confident that he just told the whole truth.
I didn't know that
I know.
I understand. Okay, I know. All right.
I know. Let it out, buddy. Let it out, okay? I'm gonna step my hand on my wife real quick and cut and sit down at home, but I'll be right back.
I'm sorry, Keith, that you got this happened. But
I can't blame anybody but myself.
I know. I understand that. At least you're being a man about it. It was awful cold when I walked in that house. Because we discovered Gail's body. Her name is Gail Spencer. We discovered her body about 3 o'clock in the morning. The thermostat was turned all the way down to 59 degrees. Did you guys turn the thermostat down? Did Brett or you or something to try to keep?
Brett turned it down.
He
He said
did.
it was hot as hell to do. Get my jacket because she was cold.
Huh? Do what now?
I gave her a jacket because she was cold. I even turned the air off, but he turned it back on.
What about the clothes that were thrown out the closet? What was up with that?
Brett threw the clothes out the closet and tied her up and put her in there.
Had to sit down? Did y'all leave her in there for a while, or?
That's when we was gonna leave.
Okay. But then he changed his mind?
Then he changed his mind. He was like, we can't leave her, she's gonna tell. And I was like, no, I don't think she's gonna say anything.
What about all that paperwork scattered everywhere?
He was rummaging through all her shit.
Just going through it? Going through, tell me about this pistol.
Brett had it was all black. I don't know what kind of gun it was.
Well, we found a pistol at the scene that was in the bathroom.
The little 22,
Yeah.
that was hers.
Hers? Okay. Where was that at originally?
And
So I'm gonna see it maybe at home.
It was in what?
it was in one of the drawers, I believe.
One of the drawers. So, only reason all that paperwork and all the stuff, the files and everything were thrown everywhere was just because Brett was just rummaging through her shit. So he wasn't even looking for nothing.
Nothing in particular, just whatever you can find.
And just throwing shit around everywhere.
Was there anything that he actually found though? Like for instance, there was some peel bottles that were in the floor that all the stuff was going out of them.
Brett, she had some oxycodone pills that Brett took. He said he was going to sell them.
Okay.
Anything else? We noticed her credit cards on the floor.
I said Brett was just going through it. I didn't want to leave her like that, just traumatized and having to pick up the pieces of her life.
let me ask you this. When y'all met back up with Tracy later, and Tracy knew she was dead, did Tracy, because you know it could have been, buddy, that it was the plan to kill her all along and they just didn't tell you. Did Tracy act like she was mad that the woman was killed, or did she act like she knew that that woman was going to be killed?
Like I said, Brett went in the room and he was on the phone a lot, so more than likely he was probably talking to Tracy. I believe Tracy knew.
What was her, like, when y'all spent time with, because after you met back up with Tracy several times after the murder occurred, you know what I'm saying? Did you ever hear Tracy saying, why did you do that? Or nothing like that? No, she never did. Did she act like she loved Brett and was kind of lovey-huggy on him and stuff like that? Or
she was just more concerned about the money.
She was more concerned about the money.
Right. Did you ever hear him laughing about what had happened?
No.
No.
All Brett just kept saying, I made the bitch give me head, and I blew in her mouth.
When did that conversation take place? Afterwards, when y'all were back at the apartment? Okay, so he just was like, he didn't show any emotion or remorse over it.
The only thing that he cried once while I was there, and that was because he didn't have the money, and that he told his mom that he was gonna pay off his bike because it's in her name, and that he doesn't want to mess up her credit or anything like that.
You had said earlier he had a conversation with his mom at the house about sperm in the stomach and everything else. Did he tell his mother that what had happened?
Yeah, he told me that his mom knew everything.
That his mama knew about the murder. He told you that.
That's what he told me. Well, he told me that his mom knew everything.
Now, I know this is tough. I'm going to have to get some details. 'Cause like I said, I'm trying to patch holes in their statements, okay? You described that when he told you that he was going to kill her, that he said, all right, I'm not going to make you kill her with me. Just go watch out, okay? You described two different time periods. You said he was in there for about 10 minutes and everything was kind of quiet. Then you said that there was another 5 minutes on top of that 10 minutes where you heard her like fighting and struggling.
No, the first 10 minutes, it was like, within the first 10 minutes, it was quiet. And then I heard her screaming. I heard her screaming talking about, you promised.
You promised. You promised.
And that lasted about 5 minutes. Is that what you're saying?
No, that lasted within the 10 minutes.
Within the 10 minutes.
And then he came out.
She was snoring.
And she was snoring.
He went and got
a trash bag. And then he was back in there for like another 5 minutes and then was quiet.
Do you think he raped her during that time? Did he ever say that he had sex with her?
No, all he told me is that he got a blowjob from her.
That there was a dildo that was
a vibrator on the floor.
Oh, that was in her drawer.
That was in her drawer.
Yeah, like I said, he rummaged through. He threw everything out.
Okay. Was during this time frame, 10 minutes and 5 minutes here, when she was screaming, you promised and everything, and then when you got the trash bag and went back in there, where were you located in the house?
I was in the living room, sitting on the seat next to the table.
On the couch?
No, the couch was right here, and then she had a single seated chair.
Okay.
I was sitting in this chair.
Single seated chair. Was the bedroom door, was her bedroom door open or closed?
It was closed.
It was closed? Okay.
Well, no. It might have been open because there's another door right there.
Right.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was open or closed. I know that door was closed though.
Did y'all ever sit on the couch?
No, just in that one chair.
Okay. All right. You said he used bleach.
Like, Clorox cleanup, like I guess like
Right.
for like sanitation of the like countertops, like
Spray bottle.
yeah.
Okay, but now there was another. Do you recall there was another jug of bleach that was sitting in there?
Brett took a shit.
He did.
Yeah, he took a shit in the bathroom in the hallway.
And
He cleaned it with bleach and it got clogged up. And he took the plunger with him.
took the plunger with him. All right, and there was a towel that had bleach all over it. Is that what he used to clean the toilet with?
I don't know. I wasn't in the bathroom when he was cleaning it.
I understand. But he'd use that jug of Clorox to clean the inside of the toilet, I guess, or around the toilet or whatever. Okay.
Let me know when I just got one question that I want to end the interview with once you're done.
Okay. Did he spray her body with the spray? Is that what he done?
Yes.
Okay.
Did he take her clothes off to spray her body and put her clothes back on her?
No.
How did he spray her body then? Did he spray it over her clothes?
Yeah, just sprayed it over her clothes, all over the place.
You said that at one point after once the oral sex took place, that you kind of like recall that you were like, what are you doing? And you asked her, remember, like, are you okay, when she was coming out of the bathroom? Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Was she fully dressed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what she was wearing?
Black pants. Some black shoes. And I want to say like a blouse with red in it.
Okay. How did you guys, when you got in her car and left, right? Okay. You took her keys. Correct? Where were those set of keys at in the house?
I said mostly I sat there in the room and I watched her and tried to calm her down.
Part of the calming down process, did she ever drink or anything? Like some alcohol?
Like she wanted to get a drink of liquor or something to calm herself down, maybe?
No.
Did anybody else drink?
No.
Nobody else drink?
I don't know. I guess Brett was going to drink. I guess he was going to get drunk because that's it. After I was in the room where he went to rummaging through the whole house, and he brought back 2 bottles that was exactly alike. Some gin, or was it some rum? Bottles of Grey Goose. He is like,
I got you. I got are we at a point where I can ask this question?
Yes, you are.
Notice it's tough. You described where Brett told you he was going to kill him. You said, I don't want her blood on my hands. I can't do that. So he said, okay, I'm not going to make you do it. Just go watch out. And you said that you didn't want that blood on your hands. You were going to go just keep watch, right? Which tells me you knew that he was going to kill him. Which tells me when you heard her saying you promised, and I saw you fit, just like you remember it like it was 5 minutes ago. You were like this going, you promised, you promised. You were saying out of your mouth what you heard that woman saying. She knew she was about to die. You knew Brett was trying to kill him.
I tried my best to talk him out of it.
I understand, but at any point in time, were you inclined to go back there and stop him?
Brett had the gun.
Brett had the gun. Because in this entire interview, up till now, have you ever heard him mention one time about Brett having a gun? It's other than when he said he stuck it in her face.
Stuck in her face.
Okay, so he stuck it in her face. Do you realize Brett allowed you to walk out of that room? You knew that he was going to kill her. You didn't even have to stay up there down the hall. You could have ran out and knocked on the neighbor's door. You could have said, I'm calling the police now. Ran out.
Hell.
You could have done a number of things to save that woman's life. But you chose to walk down the hall and be a lookout while he killed her. Now, we understand that you weren't the one who actually killed her. But you know, and you know what, that's got to feel like a big lift to get that off your shoulders. To say, okay, this is what I did. But you know, I told you the story about the bank, man. If me and you both decide to rob the bank, just because I'm the one that takes the money, we both robbed the bank. He said, I'm going to kill this woman. He says, you go look out. You went and looked out. There was a number of things that you could have done. There was 3 doors outside of her bedroom that you could have ran out of and screamed for help. Okay? But what you did was you sat there and looked out to make sure nobody came while he killed her. You did exactly what he told you to do. And then you said you were scared of Brett that he had a gun. Okay? So, and I believe you. Okay? When y'all left, where did he get rid of the gun?
As far as I know, he had kept it.
He had kept it. So listen now, you said you were scared of Brett, he had the gun, that he committed a murder that you didn't agree with, but yet you continued to hang out with him, continued to go over there, continued to go to banks to get paid. It don't sound like to me you were scared of Brett.
Brett knew where I stayed at.
I understand, hang on. But you chose to continue to be around a man that told you to look out for him while he killed somebody. And you made that choice. And then you rode out of there with him. I don't want you to say Officer Chapman lied to me at the end of the day. You're not a stupid man. I'm only telling you what it looks like. You understand? And you're a smart man. You know what it looks like. So my thing is this right here. Okay? I'm going to ask you in your opinion, how does this look, man? When people look at this and they see this, I just want your opinion because you're a smart guy. Are they going to think Brett killed this woman? Or are they going to say that you and Brett killed this woman? Tell me what your opinion is. I'm not asking you what your heart's telling you. I'm asking you what your brain, common sense is telling you. What is it telling you? You're not a stupid guy.
Look like we killed him.
That's right. It's going to look like we, as in you and Brett. Because the truth of the matter is, man, you did make the conscious choice to stand there when you knew he was going in that hall. Which means it doesn't matter how people look at it's not the question. That's the way that it was. Y'all killed her. You stood there knowing he was going back there to kill that woman, and you looked out to make sure nobody came. And then you went with him to try to collect money on her death.
All that is correct, isn't it? Right? When you guys got a car, who drove the vehicle?
Brett did.
Brett did. Where'd you sit?
I sat in the back seat.
Okay. Now, did you guys take or remove anything from that vehicle?
I didn't move anything, but there was a car seat in the kitchen that wasn't there before.
So obviously, I mean, it wasn't there when you. Brett must have went out into the carport, the garage.
After He killed.
After he killed her.
He just sat in the chair.
You just sat in the chair?
Like, it was just hard to believe that I was involved in something like this.
When he killed her, or I guess you figured out that she was dead. I mean, you said that you were in the living room. How did you know that she was dead?
Because I got up and I peeked around the corner. I just saw like she was sitting down in bed, but then she was laid back.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't moving, right? What was he talking about, the car seat? When you say you saw a car seat in the kitchen, in whose kitchen?
In her kitchen.
In her kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's the kitchen dining room.
Right.
Okay.
And it wasn't originally in there before, correct?
Did y'all take that with y'all?
No, it was not in the kitchen before, but when they were initially in the house, and then when y'all were getting ready to leave, correct me if I'm wrong now, Keith, y'all getting ready to leave, you noticed the car seat in the kitchen, right?
Oh, so what you're saying is he took it out of the car and put it in the kitchen.
He took it out of the car and put it in the kitchen. I'd like to get back now. When you saw Gail in there on the bed, did she have anything over her face?
Trash bag.
The trash bag.
The trash bag or the black bag?
What color was the bag?
All I saw was a white bag.
And how was it placed on her head?
Like I don't know if it was on her head or just covering her face.
Because did you see another bag?
I didn't walk in the room. I just peeked around the corner.
Okay. But you couldn't tell whether that white trash bag was all the way over her head or not, right?
Right.
Okay. You sit in the back seat. All right. Did you see anything else removed, or did you remove anything else from that car?
Brett took her shades as a disguise.
He took her sunglasses as a disguise.
He couldn't find no hat. So he just took her shades. I guess like some big shades to cover like part of the cheeks and eyes.
What color were they?
I want to say they were brown.
Brown. Okay. Did you see Brett have anything in his hands, or did you take anything out of the house when y'all left?
I didn't take anything out the house.
Did you see him with her wallet?
He had a book bag before we came.
Before y'all got to the house?
So I don't know if he put it in there while he was in the room.
I don't know if he loaded it up or not.
Did y'all go anywhere for Brett to throw anything or get rid of anything? I mean, there's certain things that we've been told.
Brett, yeah, Brett and I drove to a trailer park on Houston Road, right before you get on 247. I'm gonna say it's the last trailer park on the left.
On Houston or on 247?
On Houston.
Houston Road.
Like, so you're talking about like going towards Houston County?
No, going towards
Coming toward here.
Oh, okay, I got you. And y'all went there and did what?
He threw a trash bag in there.
And where?
In the dumpster.
At the trailer park?
Yes.
Where was how do you get this dumpster?
Yeah, it's pretty much like a path. Like you just follow the path, and the dumpster is sitting off in like a vacant lot.
When you go into how do you get to it when you first enter the trailer park? How do you get to it?
You come in, and you stay to the left, and I can't remember if it's cement or dirt, but you just follow that, and you'll probably be riding for maybe like a minute and a half before you see the dumpster on your right.
All right.
You say it's the last trailer park on the left before you get to 247. Okay. You don't know
What was in the trash bag? Because, you know, like, if I tell my homeboy I got to get rid of something, I'm going to tell him what it is. Was it the gun?
No, because I saw the gun when we got back to the house.
Okay. Well, what did he think he had in there, or what did you know what he had in there?
The plunger I saw was sticking out.
Okay.
It looked like some mats. I guess he thought that.
What color were the mats?
Talking about like a kitchen mat or a bathroom mat?
Yeah.
Bathroom mat. What color were they?
Like maroon.
I'm with you.
I got you, man. I got you. I'm here with you all the way.
And I asked him, I was like, why are you taking all this stuff? He's like, well, I'm taking the plunger because he shit in the toilet. And he said he was taking the mats just in case she spit some of his stuff out.
Oh, okay, so he did it in the bathroom. Yeah, that makes sense. Or what it is, remember, he let her go in the bathroom to clean herself up.
That's exactly right.
You said you saw the gun at the house afterwards. Describe the gun.
It was flat, and it was about that big.
Mm-hmm. Was it a revolver or a pistol?
It was a pistol.
It was a pistol. Now, we know. Did you see a gun in the victim's house at any point in time?
Yeah, we got that.
You already talked about that?
Yeah, we already talked about that. We got it out of the drawer.
Okay. All right. Do you know where he kept this gun in his apartment once he got back?
I think he kept it in his book bag. Or there was one time where I went over and it was just sitting on the dresser.
It could be in that. It's not a long time. I look back.
So I said, I was scared. Brett know where I stay at.
Mm-hmm.
He seen my wife.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. When Tracy came in the house, where did she go to?
In the same room that Brett went in.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? Her house?
Yeah.
The victim's house.
The victim's house. Gail's house.
When she first got there, when y'all walked in, when you and Brett came in, where was Tracy standing?
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
All right.
And y'all went back there where the victim was. Was she in her bedroom?
I believe she was in her bathroom.
In her bathroom? Okay. After y'all were there, did she see Tracy again before Tracy left? Or did Tracy just immediately leave the kitchen and go out?
I think she just left the kitchen and went out.
Okay.
You said that you gave her a glass of water. What did you do with that glass of water?
I left it in the room.
You did leave it in the room?
Unless Brett stuffed it in the bag.
Okay.
There's always that chance, yeah.
What did the glass look like?
I think it was I want to say it was like an orange cup, I believe.
An orange cup? Okay. All right. Wasn't like a shot glass or anything, was it? Was it a small little glass?
No, it was like a cup like this.
Cut like that? Okay. Did you ever see Brett ever, was she ever held down by her arms or anything, or her wrists?
This is what I have a hard time with. And this is why he's asking this question. This plastic bag that was over her head was real thin. Okay? While Brett's got this thing over her head, there's no way he can hold the bag over her head, okay, and hold her arms at the same time. You feel me? So if he's holding the bag over her head, there's no sense she could have went like that and pulled the bag apart. And she didn't. Who was holding her arms?
So it was just me and him in there. I was just sitting in the living room. Unless Brett pinned her down with her knees and held the bag.
Really? Yeah.
I don't understand.
Did Brett ever say anything about, damn man, that bitch fucking scratched me or anything like that? Did you ever notice he had a scratch on the side of his face?
No, he already had that.
He did already have that. Okay. Did you ever see Gail ever try like fight with Brett, like fight him off of her or anything like that?
No, she was too scared because he had the gun.
But you could hear her in there pleading for her life, though, right?
Promise.
We're going to give you a little bit of time, man.
Yeah.
If you want to call your wife or whatever, feel free. All right. I told you I wouldn't lie to you. You're going to be going to jail for murder, okay?
Yeah. But you already knew that, right? You already knew it. Okay. Give me a little bit of time.
I need a lighter, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, baby.
Well, you've just completed this series, or at least just finished this video in this series. You don't necessarily have to watch them in any particular order. You can watch the videos in any order you want. I've made a playlist on my channel to make it easy for you, so you can just click play and they'll all play through. These are some lengthy interrogations, but they're really good, because we're dealing with some really good, interesting, seasoned homicide detectives here in Georgia. So anyways, Keith took it to trial. He pled not guilty. The state proved he was guilty, and he was sentenced to life in prison without any chance of parole. Please make sure you're subscribed, like the video, leave me a comment, turn bell notifications on. Check out my other videos available on this channel and on Crime Circus. I'm an interrogation specialist. I've provided more raw, brand new interrogations to YouTube than any other channel. And I know you know that, and I know you appreciate that. So thank you very much for coming back to this show every single time I release a new video. Each case might not be your favorite flavor.